State Film Festival. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I am here with Tage Barbado, who is the director, editor, and DP of the music video Bestial Immolate. I might have said that wrong because I just learned how to properly say that word that I should know. So we'll have Tage introduce himself and the music video, please.
Hi, how you doing, Sophia? You nailed the pronunciation. Bestial
Thank you.
Immolate. I'm doing great. Really excited to be talking to you today and very excited for the festival.
Me too. I'm glad you're doing great. I'm feeling good. I'm excited to talk to you today about this music video. Let's get us started by you telling everybody a little bit about how you got onto this music video, how you found this band.
So me and Bestial Tongues is from Central New Jersey. I found the band just like via, I think, Instagram accounts. They put up some videos of them recording. They were recording with a guy who was in a band that I'm friendly with. And the music sounded great. The riffs were really cool. So I reached out to Alex and I was just like, hey, we were just starting our YouTube channel at the time, Mind Decay Productions. It was like early March, April of 2021. And I was looking to do filmed content of like live concerts, but at the time the lockdown was still very prevalent. So I also wanted to do some audio streams of just like people's recorded albums. So I reached out to Alex. They seemed like a great local band. And he was super nice, and we released their first single and then their first EP. A few months later, the live videos are like, we go to a concert, and I'll record like in the front row, and we'll do a stationary in the back, and usually a drum cam on the drummer, and we mix them. I wanted to make those higher quality, so we started recording audio from the soundboard, but I'm not like an audio engineer, so I needed to get somebody to make them sound really awesome. You know what I mean? So that makes it such a better experience, more like feels like you're there, maybe even better. And Alex is a phenomenal audio engineer, and he's done some really great mixes for us for bands like 200 Stab Wounds and Bandit. A lot of really cool stuff at St. Vitus in Brooklyn and other places throughout Jersey and New York.
Wow.
He had a new album. I think this is Bestial Tongue's third. Yeah, this is their third EP album release. The second was a split with a really great local band, Blemish. They're also good friends. A lot of great local New Jersey, excellent heavy metal and punk bands right now, especially coming out of the lockdown. A lot of re-energized people making really great stuff. So Alex sent us his new album, and he was just like, hey, whatever song you think is the coolest, what should we do a music video for? And me and him both really love the opening riff in Immolate, and that was kind of the clear choice for both of us. So that's how that video came to it.
That is awesome. And I'm glad you mentioned your production company, Mind Decay Productions. So was this one of the first projects that you made with the production company?
Immolate?
Yeah.
No, we've been doing stuff since April of 21. Our first live show that we shot was an outside hardcore show in April of 21. It was so much fun. It was like right after the lockdown, and people were just like getting out of their houses for the first time. It was like the first time a lot of people in the hardcore and heavy metal community had gotten to see each other in maybe a year and a half, 2 years. So there was a lot of reunion energy, a lot of people super stoked to be there for the first time again after such a long time. Great mosh pits, great crowd turnout, great everything. Merch sales were better than they've ever been. I think one of the coolest things about our music community, especially pre-2019, like pre-pandemic and post-pandemic, are I think before the pandemic, there was a lot more separation in hardcore and metal, and it might have been cooler to be like a hater. And now I think since the pandemic, everyone kind of has, I think it's become more accepted to embrace inclusivity, to promote inclusivity, because that's always been a part of the community and what it means to be into niche stuff, similar to being into independent filmmaking. When you're doing something that's niche like this, you kind of have to seek it out yourself. So I think people kind of care about what they're doing and have a real authentic passion for it. And that leads to authentic friendship and, people caring about each other and helping each other. And that's the best. And you guys see it, I'm sure, a lot in independent filmmaking. It means a lot more to be in the Garden State Film Festival than it does to maybe go to the movie theater and pay $30 to see a standard, what you see all the time. And it's great to have that. It's great to have Metallica playing the, stadiums. But I think there's something enriching about seeing a performance at the film festival or at a local metal show and then getting to talk to the creators, the directors, the musicians, the people behind the art afterwards. So I think that's what's so appealing about this type of music. And that definitely was really available after the pandemic, because there were the only shows that were available. The big shows weren't back yet. So we kind of had a moment to really take advantage of the audience is the wrong way to say it, but to captivate the audience with captivating things. And we went to the outdoor shows in May and April. They were like hardcore festivals, really great stuff. And then me and my friend Zach from Oxalate and Come Mierda did our own outside festival, South Jersey Slaughter, in April. It was not April, sorry, my bad. August of 2021. It was like one of the first outdoor death metal shows in our area, and that kind of brought back a lot of our community.
That's awesome. I couldn't agree more with you, Tage. I think that being surrounded by like-minded individuals and just being together makes the experience so much better. So that's one of the things. No, I'm not on mute. Yeah, that's one of the things I love about Garden State Film Festival too, is just coming out with other people who want to be there and love art. So thank you for saying that. I want to talk about how you guys filmed Bestial Tongues, because in this music video, we see them playing live. So what was that filming process like? How many takes did we have? Did you know what you were going to film when you went out there to film the music video, or were you just kind of going with the flow?
Yeah, so Bestial Tongues we did at a practice location that is where they rehearse, I suppose. Alex just invited me to come over and get like some solo shots of each band member. So a lot of the shoots that we do are live, like I was talking about the outdoor shows, and we do a lot of, now that the pandemic is mostly over, we do mostly inside shows at venues like 2XT's and St. Vitus. But those are usually in front of an audience. This was really cool because it was in private, so we were able to just play the song as many times as possible and really solo it out. So we started by doing 3 takes of the drummer playing. Connor is so talented. His drumming is just so amazing. It's really impressive stuff. Just the speed and tightness of his performance.
Drummers amaze me. Any musician, but drummers, that power they have. Oh my gosh.
It's incredible.
And you did 3 takes of that? It sounds exhausting a little bit.
Yeah, it was definitely, it seemed, he worked the hardest because he actually plays in the background of all the takes. So he definitely played the song more than anybody that day. We might have done 3 or 4 vocal takes, I think 2 or 3 guitar and bass. But we broke each guy up. We did it individually. And the biggest challenges of that video were really fun. The room was tiny. We were originally going to rent the big room. And then they were super cool. They handled that for me. So they ended up getting a little bit of a smaller room, which wasn't like an issue. But I had no room to move like front and back. I was only going left and right. So it definitely created some limitation, especially in like the vocal takes. But that was fun. Like it was such a fun environment. And my favorite part that like, it's not a challenge, but it definitely doesn't sound like perfect, is we use these $30 construction lights from Home Depot because I like the yellow hue that they give. It's just like a little bit of like a dirtier, filthier tone for the death metal music. And they're like, it's just like, it was also very accessible. I had 2 of them, and before we even started filming, I plugged them in just to kind of show how they would look. And one of them immediately burst out and the light broke. So we shot the video with one $30 construction light.
Oh man. So you were you come in there and you realize you can't move front and back. You worked with that. One of the lights busted. You worked with that. A lot of problem solving, it sounds like.
Yeah, definitely have to be resourceful and open-minded on a DIY extreme metal shoot.
Right. Wow. And so was this all filmed in one night when you guys you came there?
Yeah, it probably took about 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah,
it was really short.
Yeah, honestly, it wasn't the most complicated, not to be like, it wasn't our most complicated shoot. It was actually just a lot of fun. They're good friends, so very comfortable. That night it was actually just me. Usually I go with a second person. So yeah, that was a fairly simple production. We had a really good time. It was just fun.
Wow, and it was just you. So you were able to balance like using the camera work, directing the video with the audio too? That's all that.
The audio is recorded by Alex like prior. That's their album.
Okay.
Alex actually, because he's a really good audio engineer, I believe they record with a guy named Craig. I haven't gotten the pleasure to meet Craig, but Craig seems like a really cool guy. But I think Alex mixes the final takes and puts it together and creates the album. The album is called Let Me In. It's out now. It's 5 songs. I believe Immolate is number 3. Great stuff. Incredible. Their best work to date, and I think all their stuff is really good.
That's super awesome.
A more complicated music video shoot that we just got to do was for this band No Mas. We traveled to DC on Black Friday. Really hectic, and they're really good friends of ours. I love No Mas. Shout out Roger, shout out John, shout out Henry, Pat, all those guys. Love them. We put together a video for their song Deny Disgrace, and it was a mix of, like the Bestial Tongues video, I got there early and we shot private takes with each musician to really highlight their talent and the riffs and the drumming and just, the singer's power and, charisma. And then we did a live show. It was actually in a house. It was like an art gallery / house kind of place. And it was a really cool environment for like a house show music video. And we brought more people than that fit, and they moshed and it went crazy. And there's a lot of really cool footage that's coming out soon. I don't want to say the exact date, but it should be early February. That's going to be coming out on Closed Casket Activities record label. Definitely check out No Mas, phenomenal band. And that's been our biggest video production for a single music video, I think, to date.
Nice, Taj. Thank you. And when it came to editing this music video, Bestial's Tongues, Immolate, tell me, what was the editing process like? Did you know when you were directing this video and shooting it, like, okay, we're going to start with the close-up here, or was that things you found out in the editing room?
So part of what influenced us to pick that song was definitely the opening riff. So I knew that the opening riff would be probably very much highlighted in the early 10 seconds of the video. Prior to the shoot, I actually forgot about this. I had never met Colton, the singer. That's a new singer for Bestial Tongues. They used to have Anthony from Weeping, another great local band. But he's more focused on Weeping right now. So they got Colton, and I had never met Colton. So I was very curious to see what kind of singer we would have. And Colton was phenomenal. What a lovely person, and then what a really excellent performer. I mean, you can see his animation, and his faces are magnificent. So that was a lot of fun. That was definitely a surprise that really made the editing a lot more enriched and fun.
And was it just you in the editing room, or does the band have input too when you edit the music video?
I send them drafts, so if they don't like something, they can change it. They were super open and flexible. I actually think there was very little changes at that one.
That's awesome. So you film concerts, music videos, all of this. Obviously, you're very much involved in the New Jersey music scene, which is awesome to see. What would you say is the most important thing when directing music videos or concerts? Like, what do you need to have as a music director, if that's the word?
I'm not an authority on anything professional. For me, what's kept me, why do I think that I've had
for you?
Passion. I think it's all an authentic, I just love this music. Especially when I started, now I'm starting, like I'm getting opportunities like this and like other things. So I'm starting to, find I'm starting to feel like a filmmaker and things like that. But when I started, I really was just a guy who loved this music, and I wanted to be a part of this community. And I wanted to make cool videos for my friends. And it really was just like a thing that came out of the love of the music before it was a love of video per se. I've always kind of made videos. Like I was definitely I did like YouTubing and stuff like that. I've interviewed bands probably since I was like 12. But I think the vision for Mind Decay really came out of just like, I love this type of music. With the pandemic ending, I really want to go back to shows. And, it's cool to capture those experiences, and then having the ability for other people and myself to re-experience them. So I think that's definitely what influenced filming.
Well, honestly, so many people just start by loving something, having the passion for it, and they just start just like you did. So it's really inspiring to see you just wanted to start, you reach out to bands, and look at you now. So it's only up from here. So I think it's a huge inspiration interviewing you today and watching this music video. Quickly, we have one more minute, so I want to talk about Garden State Film Festival. I know you've been there before. You know Diane Raver. You've done work for Garden State Film Festival. So I'd love to ask you how you got involved and what you love about the festival.
Yeah, everyone with the festival is super lovely. Is what I love most about the festival is, I think we were talking about it a little bit before, independence in art. It's a freeing thing. It's really special, and I think that's a really special thing to have. That I'm sorry, I think these independent places. I interviewed Roger from that band I was talking about a little earlier, No Mas, and he describes the underground community of music as a place where we can celebrate our similarities. And I think that's what's so special about independent media, like an underground hardcore heavy metal scene or an independent film festival. I just love to celebrate similarities with other creative people who maybe don't fit into typical everything.
Yes. Well, Tage, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us today. Congratulations on making an awesome music video. Congratulations to the band if you're watching. And you'll be at the screening this year, right?
Yes, we will be at the screening, and so will hopefully Alex and some of the other band members.
Well, so cool. Let me tell everyone how they can watch it, because it's going to be an awesome night, Saturday night, March 25th, 8:30 p.m. to 11:15 at Asbury Lanes. I couldn't think of a better place to screen this music video, and come meet Tage and the band, and it'll be an awesome time. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Sophia.
Thank you. Congratulations. I'll see you at the festival.
Appreciate it.